I can promise you this. Give me the next 45 to 60 minutes, and I'm going to ignite you. I'm going to make you look really deep down inside yourself, ask a lot of questions, probably deny a lot of the answers, but it's a reflection for you to fully understand. Hey, you want to close that door? I can hear the echoes. Um, it's a reflection on, are you serious? We talk about through this series, committed. And for all those that may not know, my name is Dr. Toby Potter. We are the Unshakable Investors, and we're here to help ignite you, help to transform you, help you to understand your calling within God's purpose. And the Ignite program is sole and separate within that we all have a purpose, a calling, and a commitment to God's glory. And so we come together every Monday morning to really let that resonate. It starts off your week in the workplace most of the time. So Monday morning has always been the prominent time for us to really kind of help you self-reflect on who you are, who you're challenged to become, and are you interested in being that person, or are you committed? And once you become committed and you really, really understand what that commitment means, most of us become obsessed, where nothing stands in our way, no matter what trials, tribulations, fires, and all that comes in. We just muscle through it. We just plow through it. We just persevere through it. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I want you guys, if you can, to jump in the chats and respond, because today I want some interaction. Today is all about committed to your career. We skipped a series. We were on series three, which was parenting. But I wanted to jump to this one because this one's going to really resonate with our audience today. Um, and I'm looking for, we got everybody on here. Okay. Is Kyle here? I don't see a Kyle. Let me wake Kyle up. Committed to your career. Let me ask you. And I want you guys to jump in the chat. And I want you to just say yes or no. Are you getting everything you wanted out of life? I'm talking about fulfillment, financial freedom, transformation of other lives. Are you exactly where you wanted to be in your life as of today when you started your life 10, 15, 20 years ago? Are you achieving everything at this level that you had hoped and dreamed and desired? Lots of no's. I hear you. This is what the Ignite class is all about. This is what this community is all about. You're right, Stephen. We're all a work in progress. Here's the other thing. Do you firmly believe? Let's see. You had a task today. That task was to show up, and you did. So you've already accomplished your task for the day was to show up. Now my task is to get through your mind and into your heart. To get through your mind and into your heart. So let me ask you this first one. Do you believe that you deserve more in life? That there's more out there? Do you believe that there's more to accomplish, more to achieve, and more to empower within you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on. I need interaction. Come on. Not you're gonna tell me only three people believe. There we go. Yeah. Do you believe it? Because if you don't believe it, then you're just only interested in what life may give you, what the government may give you. And I'm not interested in interested people. I need to know that you believe there's more. I need you to fully resonate with the fact that there is more out there to be done. I was listening to Les Brown this weekend, and I don't remember who the person was, the professor. But he said, you know what, the biggest disappointment that we all face in life or would face in life is if we go to our grave knowing there was more to be done. If we're lying on our deathbed and we know there's only days or moments or weeks or whatever, just a short period of time, and we know that there was more to have been done, is the greatest pain we'll ever feel. I know Stanford has done studies and they've talked to people that were on their deathbed, and there was almost like 92% of them said, I wish I'd have done more. See, I'm not that way. I can promise you, my team will tell you, when the good Lord calls me up, I'm gonna come screaming in from 90 miles out, and I'm gonna come screaming in at Mach speed, sliding into that graveside, screaming and yelling, I left it all. I left it all. There's not going to be any regrets because, see, I'm obsessed with what life has to give me. I'm obsessed with all the gifts that God has given me. And if you are just interested in having something given to you, you're never going to get anything. You got to be committed. And the only way to be committed is to fully believe it's entitled to you. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you, the plans to prosper you, not to harm you. And so, in order for us to achieve anything, first and foremost, let's just narrow this down. In order for us to achieve anything, every one of you logged on believing it will get you to this event. You logged on in faith that the link would work, that your computer would work, that everything would work by faith. You didn't know for sure, but you believed it. You get in your car and you travel from point A to point B, believing you can achieve that without hesitation or reservation. But yet, when we go into the world to achieve greatness, fulfillment, wealth, happiness, we don't believe it. So many people just don't believe it. And we got to fix that because I've told you guys for 6, 7 months now, whatever the mind can conceive, the body will achieve. But it can't be just a thought. It can't be just a wish, a want, a desire. It has to be a commitment. So much of a commitment that you become obsessed with it. And when I talk about obsessed, not in a bad way, I'm talking about that no matter what, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that is my destiny. I know beyond all resistance that is my destiny. See, here's what you have to understand and realize, ladies and gentlemen. You already are a winner. You're a champion. You already beat out 40 million other sperm cells to become you. You'll never get those odds in your favor ever again. So already understand and recognize how much of a champion you are, how much of a winner you are. You outswam them all. You out persevered it all. We just don't really resonate in our powers and in our mind what we can do. We give too many excuses. There was a gentleman walking down the street one day, and he crossed this house. Had two farmers sitting on the porch, and there was a dog laying there, and this dog was just moaning and groaning and moaning. And the guy looked. He said, "Gentlemen, what's wrong with the dog? If you don't mind me asking, why is he moaning and groaning?" He said, "Because he's laying on a nail." He said, "Well, why doesn't he get up and move?" He said, "Nail isn't causing that much pain. He'd just rather lay there and moan and groan." Let that sink in. How many people do you know should be on this call? How many people do you know that all they do is moan and groan about their job, about their career, about their spouse, their kids? I mean, they are the Debbie Downers of the world, and all they do is moan and groan. And they say, "What, man, if I just had this, if I just had that, man, my life would be so much better." See, they're the dog laying on a nail, but the pain isn't so severe that they get up and move. you got to get up and move. You got to feel that pain in your heart, not in your mind, because your mind will talk you out of everything. Your mind will talk you out of everything and tell you it's not for you. Not to and we talked about this last week where the devil won't tell you you're not qualified. The devil won't tell you that you don't deserve it. See, he's gotten smart. He just said not right now. Let's do this first. Let's do that first. Let's take care of this right now. We got other obligations, other responsibilities. We got things that we got to do first, and then we'll tackle that. See, these things will never get done. If you don't make a decision today, right here, right now, to be committed to your future, you're only and always going to just be interested. So I want to talk to you about committed to your career. Stewarding what God has given you. When God is first, everything else aligns. And I need you to understand that because so many of us, I'm included, don't like where we're at. We pray, we drop to our knees, we ask for understanding, for clarity, for direction, for wisdom. And then we complain about the road we're on. We complain that it's just too tough, or why didn't this happen? I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when I was putting this together, I was like, holy cow, this is me. I'm pointing the finger at me. I'm never happy because I'm obsessed with success. I'm obsessed with achievement. And as I said, I was speaking this weekend to a group of real estate investors, and I said, our timing is not God's timing. Our way is not God's way. But so many times we don't accept that and we get frustrated. What I want to tell you is for every person on here, we have an opportunity. God has put us in this place for a purpose and for a reason. See, those who aren't happy, those who aren't gotten where they know they need to be or want to be, think that if I had a better job, if I had a better this or better that, if my spouse would be nicer or whatever the conflict is in your life, we want it to change, but we never change. We never are grateful that we have what we have. See, that we're the dog laying on a nail saying, damn, this nail hurts, but I'm just too comfortable, lazy, weak, scared to get up and move. Well, Toby, I just can't up and quit my job. I'm going to continue repeating facts so that this continues to resonate with you. But as I've said, 87% of Americans go to work each and every day to a job they hate in fear of losing that job. See, they're comfortable. They have an understanding of expectation, but the fear of walking away from what they don't like and going somewhere else is so powerful that they just stay. It's kind of like when you're in a bad relationship, when you're dating, and you're in a bad relationship, but you're afraid of being alone, so you just date this person so that you'll have somebody to talk to hang out with, to say, I'm in a relationship. I don't like it. He or she is a pain in the butt. We don't get along. We're two ships passing in the night. But instead of fixing that one way or the other, we just accept it. Your career is the same thing. I need you to understand, if you're not happy in your career, that's 100% on you. 100%. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, my staff and my wife and my children will tell you, when I don't like something, I move away from it instantly. In 1994, I had started a company in 1992, a landscape company. I had built this up to about a 30 employees, three crews, two maintenance, one landscape, and then a retail, 4 acre retail store. And I was living good. This was mine. I started it. I started it by borrowing a mower, a weed eater, and a blower from one of my clients so I can mow her yard and anybody else's. That's how I started this company, by borrowing her mower, her weed eater, her blower, and doing other jobs. Within a short period of time, I had three trucks, three crews, a 4 acre landscape retail nursery, and about 30 employees. But I was working my tail end off. I got married and had an amazing, beautiful daughter. And when she was about 3, 4, 5 months old, I realized that that career, that job, that company that I built was not going to give me the life I wanted with her and my wife. And I walked away overnight. I literally handed the foreman the keys and said, "It's yours. Pay me what you can when you can." And he bellied up within 6 months. But see, the pain of knowing that my daughter was going to grow up without her dad. It wasn't that she was going to grow up she was going to grow up and I wasn't going to get to experience it. I walked away because the pain of the future was not the glory that I wanted. You don't need a better job. You don't need a new opportunity. You need a higher level of commitment to the glory and gifts that God has given you. I can promise you this, ladies and gentlemen. If you change your mind on how you see things, the way you see things will change. And I know that sounds redundant, but that's the truth. Whether it be a coworker, whether it be a boss, whether it be just the day in, day out chaos that you face, change the way you see it. Start looking for the positive. See, the reason why you didn't get the promotion, the reason why you haven't grown financially, the reason why you haven't started having full fulfillment is because of the way you look at things. I do this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm preaching to me. I'm talking about me, and I want you to hear the revelation that I had going through this. I'm not happy with the transformation that we have. I want to impact more. I want 500 people on this call every morning. I do. It has been our goal from day one to have no less than 500 people on this call. And I'm not happy because I think it's so empowering. I think it's so impactful. And I know that's how many lives I can touch and transform. But I need you to understand, if you can't do 1,000% with what you have, God is never, ever, ever going to give you anything more. He's only going to give you what you can handle. And we say this all the time. And we normally relate that to the trials and tribulations of life. God will only give you so much trials, so much tribulations that he knows you can handle. It's the same in success. It's the absolute same in success. He can only give you what you're a good steward of. And if you're a terrible steward of this job that you applied for, that you said you would do and work for, and you're not a good steward of because you don't like the boss, you don't like the mandates, you don't like the coworkers, I don't care what it is you don't like, stop. I need you today to say no more. Understand, God gave you this opportunity. You didn't get it. You didn't earn it. He gave it to you to see, would you be appreciative or would you be that dog laying on a nail, being grumpy and complaining, whining and crying? And if you're that dog laying on a nail, stop. The only person that can change your life is you. Stop dropping to your knees saying, God, get me out of this. I hate my job. I hate my significant other. I hate. I need more. I want more. I deserve more. You don't. You only deserve more when you can accept and appreciate and grow what you have. See, everybody wants more, but they don't capitalize on what they have. We look at it as, well, I'm above this. Obviously, you're not. I can promise you this, ladies and gentlemen. I can promise you this. You start excelling in your mind, you'll start excelling in life. Career is not just an income. And I need you to understand that your career, your job, your fiduciary duties to those around you, it's not just a complete responsibility by itself, but it's a platform, it's a calling, and it's a test. This is what I need you to understand the most. You're being tested with stewardship. Can you handle the next level? And the answer I'm going to tell you is no, you can't. You've proven you can't. You think you can, but here's what I'll tell you. Your actions speak louder than any thought and any word. What you do, how you act, how you think and feel each and every day is what God sees and hears and says, you're not ready. You're not ready. I love you, but you're not ready. You haven't shown me that you're accepting the favors that I'm giving you. I mean, how many times do we do a favor for a friend and they don't even thank us or appreciate it? How does that make you feel? How many times do you go above and beyond without them asking, or they do, it doesn't matter, but you're there with open arms, open heart, open mind. Heck yeah, I'll jump through fire for you, buddy. And you do it, and they don't even thank you. They're unappreciative. And maybe they complain about how you did it. You're like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. See, that's what God is feeling. I gave you this. It's providing for your family. It's providing for you now. And all you have to do is accept it, enjoy it, manifest it, be the absolute best you can be, and enjoy every second of every minute of every day. And I will grow you up to the next level in abundance. In abundance. I'm not talking about just a pay raise. I'm talking about an abundance, a fulfillment. God does not bless what you want. He blesses what you steward well. See, this is the number one principle I need you to understand. We all raised our hands and said, no, I haven't achieved everything. I haven't appreciated everything. I haven't hit complete fulfillment. And that's great. I haven't either, even though we're at the top of our game. I haven't either. I've got a long ways to go. I don't want, if God calls me tomorrow to come be with him for all eternity, I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm not ready for that day. I'm ready, but I'm not, because there's so much more I believe I am here to do. And part of me, the reason why I get so obsessed with my success is because I look back and say, shit, I should have done this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I should have done things different so that I'd have a bigger impact today. I look back and I get frustrated. I get upset because I know God gave me opportunities that I pissed away. You know, one of the most fulfilling things in life is that when you're on your deathbed, and I know we're talking about this because I need you to resonate this, but if you've been a good family member, the most rewarding thing is to have your family around you singing hymns and praying and helping you transition from this world to that world. That's the most invigorating thing. To know that your family's there and that they're giving you support and they're saying their goodbyes. But what if, and I want you to think about this, what if you're sitting there on your deathbed and all the opportunities of the world are now facing you? They're all looking at you saying, hey, you could have done this. You could have done that. You could have become this. You could have influenced that. See, that's what I don't want to be on my resume. I don't want there to be missed opportunities, missed glorifications. I want to know when I leave this world, I did everything and I appreciated it all. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had to go to work for people. I've had to have a job. And I didn't like it. But I did know that it was gifted to me based upon my situation and my circumstance. And therefore, I was the absolute best I could be at it. I never, ever, ever wavered. I always went all in. I'm telling you, my kids, my wife will tell you, I'm worse than a dog on a bone when I see an opportunity. My employees will tell you the thing that drives them the craziest is I get so excited that I'm like, guys, stop. We've been building on this for 6 weeks. Stop. Throw it away. We're going to do something different. They're like, you got to be kidding me. Because see, I'm obsessed with progress. I'm obsessed to make sure we don't miss anything because we have a calling. And I want God to be so proud of me. I want him to look down and say, damn, that guy's good. I want my father who never saw the good in me, who never saw the glorifying me, never saw the talent in me. In fact, all he did for the 10 years I was around him was tell me, you're worthless. That's all he ever told me. In fact, when he was on his deathbed and I was there for day after day after day, waiting for him to wake up so I could apologize to him. But because of that, I want him up there saying, I missed it. I missed it. That guy, he's amazing. I want no regrets. I want the world to know that God has gifted me. And because of that, I want to share that gift with everybody. Because if he gifted me, the guy from a dairy farm in Stillwell, John Davis, Stillwell, Oklahoma, if he gifted me that, then I know how much more he's done for you. How much more amazing he can do with you. How much more amazing and powerful you are. See, I've screwed up so many times. But I don't even know why God even still talks to me, other than he has that one thing that we as humans don't, and that's unconditional love, absolute forgiveness. And because of that, I need to do more. I need to appreciate more. I need to resonate with more. And so we need to take our opportunities. Everything that's in front of you, every second of every minute of every day is a gift from God. Some of them may be your challenges. Some of them may be your opportunities. Some of them may be your calling. But that's how you need to think about it. You need to think about it as, I asked for this. And you'll say, oh, I never asked for that. No, you did. When you asked to get this job, when you asked to start this career, you asked for everything it came with. Just like in our marriage vows, it says for better and for worse. Well, I didn't know that was worse. I didn't either. But then I look at how bad I am, and I'm wondering why the hell she still sticks around. She's got flaws. I got flaws. I'll out trump anybody and anything. You put a flaw out there, I'll 10 times your flaw. But see, I'm also the most passionate, the most caring, the most loving. I'll do anything for anybody. I'm the guy that stops and picks up a kid who just got out of county jail and is walking down the service road, complete tattoos from head to toe, with a sack of clothes in his hands. I'll pick him up. I'll make him ride in my truck for 25 minutes while I find out his story and why he has an upside down cross on his face, to see how stupid he was, but what was his mindset. And then I will then offer him not only a job, but a place to live if he's willing to change and become a true calling of God. See, that's the kind of guy I am. I do that. I pick up and stop and pick up hitchhikers and fix flat more than most because I don't know who that is. And I may be the only person they get to talk to. And if I can make an impact, if I can make a transformation in that short window, and that may be God giving me an opportunity, I look at it that way, and I'm not scared. No, well, what if somebody robs you? Then what are they going to get? They can have it. They can, if they need it that bad, that they're willing to die for it because that's the line they're crossing, then they need it pretty bad. Understand that if you are praying to God and yet you're not living for God, or there's conditions on your living, you're never going to be blessed. You're never going to understand it. Most people think once I get more, I'll be committed. Just get me out of this career. Just get me out of this relationship. Just let me start a fresh start. And guess what? That's what it is. You're now starting at zero. You're now starting at zero. And you got to build it. You don't just pick up where you left off. If you want a fresh start, there's nothing wrong with that. But understand you got to start at zero and build back up. And it takes time to do that. It takes time. Fully understand your mind is going to cause you to be human, to become worldly. Our heart transitions us to be godly. And if you had a commitment to be here today, and you did your part. My part now is to get through your mind into your heart, to know and to share and to just explode within you this power of opportunity that you've been asking for, that you've been begging for. And if you are asking, if you're wanting more, you're committed to being more every second of every minute of every day, then stop complaining. Get off the nail, get comfortable in God's glory, and get obsessed with the gifts that He's given you. So many times, oh my gosh, if I just got a raise, if I just got a promotion, if she or he would just do this or that, my life would be better. And it won't. It won't. Number one, you change. We talked about the relationships. We talked about your self-identity. And if this is not becoming a daily ritual for you, then I'm sorry. Your commitment has to come first. The provisions then follows. When God knows, hey, wow, look at this transformation. Look at this changing of attitude. Look at this drive for fulfillment. Man, if they're ready for it, I'll pour it on them. I'll pour it on them. But you got to show first. It's not the other way around. Lord, if you just let me win this lottery, man, I'll donate 90% to charity. No, you won't, because you don't donate 90% of what you have today to charity. Well, Toby, I barely make bills pay. What do you do from 5 till midnight? Where are you donating your time? What are you doing on Saturdays and Sundays? Don't tell me you can't provide. See, God sees all that. You can make excuses all you want. You're not going to lie to God. Well, I just tell you, if I had this, I would do that. If I had this, I would do that. No, you won't, because you're not doing that now. With the little bit that you have, do a lot with the little, and He'll give you so much more. Because He knows your stewardship is right. Your heart is right, not your mind, your heart. The Ignite program is all about spiritual, mental, physical, empowering, igniting this fire that's within you. Being able to understand your purpose, your calling, and why everything that we have, even when we're broke, even when we're broken, even when we're beat down, it's a gift. It's a challenge. It's a testing of your perseverance. When you go through trials and tribulations, you should consider it pure joy. It's a testing of your time and of your mind. Are you committed or are you just interested? And it's the thing that I hear every day. I say it. I'm not happy. But see, I'm obsessed. I'm not belly aching because I should have more. I want more. I'm belly aching because I'm not achieving more as fast as I want to achieve it, as fast as I know that I should be able to achieve it. I hate it when people put restrictions on me. Well, Toby, this takes time. For you, it might. They told me it's going to take 6 months before I would be fully rehabbed on my shoulder after surgery. Tomorrow is week 12. 3 months. 3 months. I'm already on weights. 3 months, half the time that they told me. And that's even after 3 weeks into it, I tore my bicep again. I tore the bicep fibers. 3 weeks, I thought I was starting all over. 12 weeks tomorrow, I've already gone almost a week, a full week of lifting weights. And they told me it'd take 6 months. See, whatever this mind can conceive, this body that God gave us will achieve. God created us in his likeness. God created us empowering us to be like him. We look at Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the Gospels. And we know all the persecution that they went through and that Christ went through. But let's just look at Christ. All the persecutions. And not once did he complain. Not once did he say, what the heck? I'm God. What are you guys doing to me? No, he came to serve. He came to be a servant. The King of all kings, the Lord and our Savior, came to be a servant to us because of his love for us. And his biggest commandment is to love others as he has loved us. It's his biggest commandment. Love the opportunities. Love everything that's in front of you. Appreciate everything that you have. And when somebody wrongs you, when somebody offends you, when there's a negative situation, take a deep breath and say, you know what? What would Jesus do? Now, he may correct the situation in kind. He may address the situation in kind. But make sure you're doing it in a manner that benefits both parties, not just prove your point. You start living this life. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, you start with this mindset today. Give it 1 week. Give it 1 week and watch the transformation. When God is first, you stop chasing the money, you start building value. You start creating so much value that employer can't remove you, can't replace you. There's so much value there that everything else just starts evolving. When God is first, you stop cutting corners and you start operating with integrity. You know, man, it's 4:55. Man, it's a good stopping point. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and shut down. No, it should be, if you're an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 on the clock person, number one, you should be showing up 30 minutes early every day just because. Here's the deal. You should be the first one to the work and the last one to leave every day. You should. Well, why? I don't get paid for that. See, that's the wrong one. That's chasing the money, not the value. Well, Toby, you just don't know my environment. I do know your environment. See, here's what I do know is you prayed for that job. You asked for that job. You applied for that. Yeah, but it was different then. No, it wasn't. You were different. You were broke. you had bills to pay, and you needed a job. That's the fact. You can make all this other excuses, all this other noise. I'm not stupid because I got the ear of God in my head. I know you needed this job. I know you needed this career. You asked for it. The only thing that changed was you. Well, that's just, you don't know. I do know. So be the first one in the office every day and be the last one to leave, or at least don't leave the second it hits 5 o'clock. Well, I'm off the clock. Don't take your full hour lunch breaks. Toby, these are what I'm gifted as an employer. See, that's chasing the money. And you're not wrong. Those are the rules and the guidelines and the bylaws. I get that. And if you're in corporate America, they make you take those breaks. So I don't like large corporations because they don't allow you to be you. But go in early. Don't take a full hour break at lunch. Stay late. Do more than is expected and watch the fruits of your labor bear massive fruit. When you start working, building value, and operating with integrity, your life will change. And the next big opportunity is just around the corner. When God is first, your work becomes worship. Every action matters. Every detail matters. When we are doing things and knowing that God is watching, if there's really a next level for me, if there's a next platform for me, if there's a next opportunity for me that's greater than this one, then I need to be visually chasing that. And you don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. God knows what it is. If you're not happy, which I saw almost 100% was saying, no, I know there's more. I want more. I'm ready for more. Then start today saying, all right, I get it. I accept my own faults. I accept my own responsibilities. I haven't had the best attitude all the time. Nobody has the best attitude all the time. Promise you. Nobody. So don't say, well, Toby, you don't. Okay? You don't. Okay, Christine. Understand that if you're trying to glorify God for him to pour his blessings upon you, then every thought of every second, of every minute, of every day must be to glorify God. And here's the news. Here's the news, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get irritated. You're going to get agitated. But before you react, just relax. Hey, this happened for a reason. This situation was presented to me for a reason. Normally, this is how I would respond. Normally, this is how I would react. But that's not what the new me is about. The new me says, let's handle it this way and see if, I don't care how the outcome may be the same. What I want to know is, do I feel better about how I reacted? Do I feel more fulfilled on how I responded? Do I feel more ignited because I handled it with less aggression, less frustration, less anger? And I just did what was right for the big picture. That becomes worship. If God is sitting right beside you when you handle that situation, did he put his arms around you and say, well done? Or does he say, you still got a long ways to go. I love you, but you're reverting back to your old habits. You're reverting back to your old habits. What committed looks like, being committed in your career. And when I say career, I'm talking about your life. I'm saying your life. Being committed to your life means you execute with excellence, you show up consistently, you honor your word, and you increase your value daily. And when I say that, you do it to everybody. The people below you, the people equal to you, and the people above you. Increase that value. Become a servant to all. And I can promise you this: God is my witness. You will be blessed. You'll be glorified. Feelings versus standards. The feelings, the way I feel says, I just don't feel like it today. I'm just, you know what? Life happened and I just don't feel like it today. But your standard must trump it and say, but I'm going to execute this mindset anyway. I want to be better. I want more. See, you need to put that on a sticky note on your computer, on your sun visor. I want more. Put it on the mirror in your bathroom. Take your, if you're a man, take your wife's lipstick. And I have to go borrow my daughter's because my wife doesn't wear it. But write it on the mirror. I want more. Underline it. That's it. 3 words. I want more. And then this will come back to you. How do I get more? By glorifying God in all that I do. By glorifying God in all that I do. So it's on my mirror, it's on the visor or wherever in the car, so I see it. It's on the sticky note on my monitor, my computer, so that every time something comes up, a challenge, a trial, tribulation comes up, you say, I want more. Oh, I got to glorify God. That person just really pissed me off. That person wronged me. My boss is a jerk. My employees, they just don't listen. Whatever the cause is, my spouse, my significant other, whatever it is, the idiot going down the highway doing 90 miles an hour, honking and flipping me off because I wouldn't move out of his way. I want more. I want more. And that's it. That's all you got to say to yourself. I want more. Glorify God first. And sit back and watch him transform your life to a level you could only ever dreamed of. I mean, we all have this concept of what more looks like. You need to 10x that. Do you know why most people are limited in success? Yes, fear number one, but mainly because when they don't set their goals so high, their targets so high and miss, they set their target so low and hit it. See, Les Brown said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land amongst the stars. We're so scared that that's so far out there. That's so outlandish. I'm going to set my goal here. Oh, and I hit it. And that's as far as you go. Set your goal so high that if you shared it with a family member, a close friend, they laugh. Set your goal so high that when you shout it to the masses, they say you're an idiot. You're foolish. It doesn't work. See, we did that, Nick and I. We set a goal in 2023 and said, Nick, I'm going to buy 1,000 units. I told my brothers this, and they said, you can't do that. That's impossible. Literally going on an elk hunting trip. I told my brother, I said, yeah, we're going to get into real estate investing. I'm going to buy $1,000 in the next 12 months. I'm going to make a ton of money. He said, you won't do that. You won't do that. And I knew that moment in time I was onto something because I knew 2 things. That goal was high, it was hefty. But even if I missed the mark, I would have more success. And so we ended up closing almost 300 units and making almost $8 million in net profit in 12 months because our goal was so big. See, if I'd have said, well, average person does 10 units a month, we're going to do 100 units, Nick. We'd have hit that goal. We'd have passed. And, oh, look at the great success. You set a goal for 100 and you did almost 300. Dude, you're a rock star. No, you missed the point. The point is to set that goal so high that your family, your friends, whatever, they laugh at you and they tell you you can't do that. And then you have the biggest grin on your face because here's the deal. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of your God. Ever. You're selling him short when you set your goals so low that they're not embarrassing. I told several of my coaches when we started speaking and started doing what we're doing, I said, I'm going to do $1 million a month, $1 million a month in sales. I said, okay. And I know what they said in their head. What an idiot. Nobody does $1 million. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. In fact, $1 million is short. Most people in our circle that we're working with are doing about $1 million, $1.5 million a month with less experience, less product, less programs, less history. They don't have the gray hair. They're not seasoned. They don't have the voice, the passion, the fight, and the fire. They're not as obsessed. So if they're doing $1 million, $3 million, $5 million, for me to set $1 million goal was too low. I should be doing $2 million a month. That's obsessed. And here's the deal. God is on my side. God is on my side. Don't tell me what I can't do in a timeline I want to do it. Tell me, if you want to rally with me, then tell me, you know what? I love it. Let's go. We may fall short. When I hired Nick and I told him we're going to do 1,000 units in 12 months, he didn't say, shit, I've been in real estate for 2 or 3 years. I've studied under this person. That's a lot. He never hesitated. In fact, he said, I'm in. I remember this interview with you that day, and I told you my goal, and you said, dude, I'm in. Never hesitate. And this guy is an ultra conservative left brain. He thinks it through everything. That did not scare him. He said, I'm in. Let's go. He was hungry. He wanted it. He had been seeking it. And he and I went after it nonstop. We became obsessed with buying 1,000 units. And we fell short. Some say, no, we didn't. We went above and beyond. Show me somebody that can start a brand new career, because buying multifamily units is a brand new, and achieve a $7 to $8 million net profit in 12 months. It's just not there. But see, that's being committed to God's glory. That's being able, and God knew I couldn't handle 1,000 units. He knew that I could handle more than 200. He gave me what I could handle with immense success in that. The law of value. Your income reflects your skills, your consistency, your discipline, and how reliable you are. Can people count on you regardless? Can the janitor count on you? Can the CEO count on you? And everybody in between, if you tell them you're going to do something, do they believe beyond a shadow of a doubt you're going to achieve it? Is there any hesitation and reservation? And here's the other thing I want to add to this. What's your attitude while doing it? That speaks volumes. I don't care how skilled you are, how disciplined you are, how consistent you are, how reliable, if you got a bad attitude through the whole thing. I've had some amazing sales guys work for me over the years. Amazing. Just charisma, fire, driven for success. They had a bad attitude all the time. All they wanted to do was tell me how I could do things better. Well, if you had this system, if you had that system, if you had this protocol, you had that protocol, if your system, I'm like, stop, dude. If you're so good, go start your own company. You came to work for me. Now, we'll enhance, we'll grow and build based upon feedback, but don't tell me every time why something didn't work out. I literally, ladies and gentlemen, I'd fire them. I'd fire them. If all you're going to do is find the problems, I don't need you. I can find them myself. I need you to not only drink the Kool-Aid, but to make the Kool-Aid when the jar is empty. I need you to be the most profound voice of who we are, what we do, and why we do it. That's what's so important. Why do you do what you do? If your why is all about money, is all about your own personal glory and gain, you're going to be a failure your entire life. You're going to be a failure your entire life. Your why has to be about glorifying God and impacting others every second of every minute of every day. When that transformation happens, your life will change. You're paid in direct proportion to the value you bring. Why people stay stuck? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write this down. Can they see this full screen? Yeah, I need you to write this down, everybody. Why you're staying stuck, why you're in the position you're in, why your life is not exactly where you want it to be. If you're over 30 years old, this is why. You want to know why? Don't keep crying to God. Why? This is why. It's not a lack of opportunity. It's a lack of consistency, ownership, which I wish that was in big, bold letters, took up the whole screen, and discipline. When I talk about ownership, you owning your responsibilities. You owning the opportunity and the gift that has been given to you, whether it's digging ditches, emptying trash, or working for a large corporation. You own it because you asked for it. And God gifted it to you. For however the circumstances, you can try to justify it however you want. But I'm going to tell you, you asked for this opportunity that you're in right now, whether it be a significant other, a spouse, a job, a career, doesn't matter. You asked for it. And God gave it to you. Now take it full advantage of it. Fully understand the ownership of it and glorify God in it. You don't need a new opportunity. You need a new level of execution. You need a new level of appreciation. Should have added that in there. You need a new level of appreciation. All right, Timothy, appreciate you, buddy. When the blessing principles take place, when you're aligned correctly with God first, integrity always, and discipline daily, this is what will happen next. Your clarity will increase, your opportunities will increase, and many doors will open. Doors to rooms that you don't even know exist. I want you to understand that. Doors of rooms you don't even know exist are going to start opening up for you because that's the plans that God has for you. When clarity increases, opportunities increase, these doors will be open. And there'll be the rooms that will empower you for all eternity if you continue to stay the course. Responsibility, truth. If you're not faithful with what you have, you will not be trusted with more. If you're not faithful for the gifts you have today, there's no way God will trust you with anything else. It's bottom line. Where this applies is your time. Are you being diligent or are you cheating? Coming in 2-3 minutes late. I take a full hour lunch. Man, at 4:45, I'm already shut my computer down. I'm looking busy, but I'm already checked out. I'm on social media, whatever. I'm returning texts to the family. Are you giving 1,000% to your opportunity? God sees it. I don't care if your employer does. God does. Your current income. Are you truly being a true steward of that? Your current opportunity and your current responsibilities. Where this applies is these 4 factors, these 4 pillars. The standards: you don't perform when watched. Everybody performs when they're being watched. You perform because of who you are and what you want to become. It's one of the hardest things that I face when COVID hit and we did all this hybrid working from home, remote. See, I know my people, and this was on me. I knew that if they worked from home, they would not work as hard as they were here because if I'm walking around, they're dialing for dollars, they're working their customers, and they're solidifying solutions. When they're at home, you get distracted only because I can't work from home. When I'm at home, There's 30,000 other things that go through my mind other than the opportunity and the responsibility. When I'm here at the office, it is balls to the wall, making sure we do everything we have scheduled for today and then some. But here's the deal I want you to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be watched by your employer because you're being watched by God. He sees it all. There's nowhere to hide. If you want more out of life, then start honoring him as the CEO of your opportunity. Start honoring him in everything you do, because I promise you this, everybody finds out. The truth always comes out. So you've asked for an opportunity. You prayed for an opportunity. You've been given an opportunity. Now make it the best it could ever be, with an attitude of, I'm going to be the best for me, for my family, for my future. That's got to be your why. I'm going to glorify God in it all so that he will pour his blessings upon me. The career commitment. For the next 7 days, raise your standard at work. Show up early, execute fully, do more than expected, please, and quit complaining. Not even in your head. Remember, whatever a man thinketh is in his heart. Whatever a man thinketh, man and woman thinketh, it resonates in the heart. God sees it. Stop complaining. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm rule number one. I complain about everything. I'm not happy because I want more. I want success. So my complaint is that this is too hard, or that this is a bunch of idiots. My complaining is, God, open the doors because I'm ready to rush through them. But he says, stop. I'll open the damn door when I'm good and ready. No. I'll open the door when you're good and ready. He'll never hold back. He'll never hold back. And no shortcuts. No shortcuts. If you need to do more and have more, then be more. If you need, want, desire more, then be more. It's that simple. Be more. Your daily question. Before you go to bed, when you bow your head, pray to God. Did I honor God in how I showed up today? Did I honor him, or did I fall short? And it's okay that we fall short. It's okay. But own it. Remember back ownership. Go back and own it, Lord. I got short today with so-and-so. I got pissed off at so-and-so. I got a guilt ridden, whatever the reason, whatever the shortcomings. It's okay. That is the biggest, most growth and maturity you can ever understand, is knowing that you messed up and owning it, because it resonates. And now your subconscious will remind you, hey, you messed up yesterday. Are you going to do it again today? Did you really mean it? Or are you just going through lip service? No, I mean it. I really want more. I want more. I want more. I'm going to get better. It's not going to happen overnight. But for the next 7 days, have this mindset. Most people pray for a better opportunity, but refuse to become the person who can handle it. Write that down. Most people pray for better opportunity. All people pray for a better opportunity. And it may not be just the job or the spouse. It may be everything. I want more time, more happiness, more fulfillment. We all ask for more. If you're not asking for more, God help you. You can't be happy with where you're at. Never, ever, ever be happy with where you're at. Be happy with where you're going. There's a difference. Never, ever be happy with where you're at, but be just on fire for where you're going. And deliver. You don't need a better career. You need to become someone that God can trust with more. You don't need a better opportunity. You don't need a better this or a better that. You need to become someone that God can trust with your request. And the only way that will happen is when you prove yourself. Well, if God is all knowing, he knows I can't know. You need to know. It's not a matter whether God needs proof. You need proof. The world needs proof. God already knows where you're going to fall short, where you're going to excel, but he needs you to grow and with faith and fervence and belief that you have a foundation that will resonate with all. If God gave us all blessings, why would we need him? If we didn't do nothing for it, how would that manifest with others that are non-believers? See, our goal is to show by our works, by our actions, by our faith, others will see and transcend. If we just prayed and he gave it, that doesn't help. It's not the calling of God. God could have came to the earth and said, all sin's gone. Could have just wiped it all off. Instead of having a 33-year ministry and a crucifixion, he could have done it differently, but that would not have built the power that it is today. What we have today is by our faith, we are saved. By our actions, by our works, we are glorified. Faith without works is dead. So understand, we are saved by faith, but through our actions, through our activity, through our glorifying of God each day, we are richly rewarded. All right. Any questions? We will be blessed with more if you can't take care of what you have. Yep, that's right. Great. Have fun at Zumba, Christine. Any questions? Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much. We've got one more section of this course, this committed course, and it's going to wrap it all up. I truly hope that I'm offending some people. I do. I really hope that you're like, crap. How dare him? Man, I need this to hit home. I really do. When I started this series, it was so profound and so powerful that if you want so much more out of life than become more, and each step is growing you to that purpose and that calling. We're going to wrap this up next week with this empowering message that you're just going to either run through a wall with it, or you're going to sit at your desk and say, well, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year. And that's okay. That's on you. Then you can't be that dog on a nail that's just whining and crying because it hurts. Life hurts. Life sucks. What are you going to do about it? Who are you going to become? All right. I do see Christine Iannucci, Miss Corporate America. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's 9:10 Monday morning, April 27th. Holy cow. This month is over. April showers are going to bring those May flowers. That means the allergies are going to be kicking in hard. I pray for all of you. Because I fight the allergies. I think Rochelle and I come in and compare our migraine headaches during this time of allergies and cold fronts and warm fronts and all this barometric pressure crap. Um, so it's the next 30 days are going to be challenging and fun. But holy cow, I'm so excited. I'm so pumped where we're going, what we're doing. Okay, I so Tammy, I have 3 pounds of local homemade honey. Yeah, and I drink it. I probably 3 to 4 times a day. It's in a drink or just spoon fed because number one is you can tell my voice has been going out for now going on the third week. So I've got medicine sprays, teas, all this. I live on honey. I could almost become a bee myself. But I appreciate that, Tammy. You're right. Local honey is the best for the allergies. It builds in that immunities with the pollens. So I appreciate that. All right, y'all. Hey, I want to say this real quick. I don't think I say it enough, but I so honored to have you part of our community. I'm so empowered to have this opportunity with each and every one of you. It's what I will tell you as a hard money lender, as a real estate investor, prior to us becoming a coach and running this system over a year ago, I my wife will tell you on Sunday nights, Sunday about 5 o'clock, I would become a jerk. And from Sunday 5 p.m. till Monday 8 a.m., I would have panic attacks. Literally hate coming in to have to deal with the hardship that we were going through in real estate with the lending, sales. It was a battle and it was hard. And but see, God was preparing me. I didn't know then what I know now. But see, now I love Sundays because I start really going through my program that I built early in the week. But Sundays is where I really go through it and I really start feeling this message. It's like a preacher getting ready up for Sunday morning service. But this is where I love to be on Monday mornings with you all right here, sharing my thoughts, my feelings, my inspiration, hope to resonate a fire within you. So I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I truly love you. I know that God has got his hand upon you and is blessing you. Just think of it that way and no other way for the next 7 days. Just the next 7 days. And here's the deal. If you know somebody that could just really resonate with this, send them an invite. Let them join. We're gifting you guys this opportunity. This is my gift to the community, my pay forward. Because if I can help you and you help somebody else, we both have done our job. And that's what it's all about. So I just want to say thank you. It's so fulfilling for me. I love y'all. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.